Bam. My peoples. My peoples. Check it, man. We was talking yesterday about Terrence Crawford supposedly had a shoulder injury. Yo, I just heard it from the horse's mouth. He ain't got no shoulder injury. Cap. That's it. So the whole narrative of I told you guys yesterday. When I hear sources said, I always say, okay, who's the sources? Nobody know who the sources is. So yeah, Crawford called Cap, no shoulder injury. Jay Will, salute my brother. Bam. That's it. We heard it from the horse's mouth. Terrence Crawford put it out there. No injury, in great shape, great condition. Just like I said yesterday, man, when I hear, the sources said, to me, sources said. Jay Will, looking like a boss. You know it, my G. Appreciate it, brother. Listen, man, this is getting more and more intense. It's already Wednesday. Fight in a few days already. You're gonna see more fake narratives. The shoulder injury was just another fake narrative that was put out there. Come on now. Sayable. Salute. What's the deal, my G? Bam. Appreciate you dropping in. Y'all already know what it is, my peoples. Welcome to a brand new episode of Boxing for Breakfast, where you get your healthy dosage of sweet science early in the morning. Jay Will, wonder why that was reported. Today, I think media workouts. To be honest, I think that it's just fake news and fake narratives that people put out there to build a narrative. Let me give you an example. I already saw a post from somebody that's saying that Crawford that Crawford faked an injury so that he can take steroids legally. So look how far people go over. Nah, a source is saying this. We don't even know, man. Like I could just go right here, right now, and tell you, yo, a source told me that Canelo is injecting steroids up until the fight night. Y'all gonna run with that? Come on now. Side. They scrambling. They shook. They shook. That's how you know that people are not confident in their guy. When all they do is attack the other guy. Why y'all doing that? You scared? You shook? And look how things changed. Terrence Crawford went from being too little, too small, to he gained too much weight. He's too big. He's gonna be too slow, and he's gonna. Imagine looking at this dude's picture. How do you look at Terrence Crawford picture and say this guy's gonna be slow and get tired and like are you like can't be serious, bro? You cannot be serious. Look. Explain that to me. You really believe that a guy in this physical condition, look, you really believe that a guy in that physical condition is just gonna get tired fast and he's gonna be slow? Does that look like a guy that's gonna be slow? Because I'm gonna tell you what, my peoples, in my eyes, I see a guy that's in the best shape of his life. And let me tell you, I got 20/20 vision. I got pretty good sight. Look at this dude, bro. You see the phrase young bull? When we say, yo, that's a young bull. Crawford is looking like a young bull, literally. Look, are you telling me that dude is gonna get tired and he's gonna slow down and get tired because he's? Are you not seeing the athleticism in that image? That's an athlete, bro. That's a gym rat. That's not somebody. You have to understand, my peoples. Terrence Crawford is not somebody who just shaped his body overnight. He bulked up. But this guy's been an athlete at the highest level for years and years and years. He's been a gym rat. He's been someone who's focused on taking care of his body. That's Terrence Crawford. So how can you even look at that image and seriously say, nah, look, man, he's gonna get tired and he's gonna be slow? That's crazy. Superman, salute my brother. Bam! He's going to box again. Bro, we're gonna see Terrence Crawford boxing abilities. And again, you saw what happened with Errol Spence. He boxed him and put hands on him. But he used that footwork. You saw him using that lateral movement. The first time he dropped Errol, where he was at, with his back up against the corner, counter uppercut. Boom! Let Errol have it. So you have to understand, Terrence Crawford is a fighter. Yesterday, somebody was telling me, nah, because Bud, he's one dimensional. He only knows how to stand there and train. I'm like, what? One dimensional? People see what they want to believe instead of what's actually right in front of them. No. People see what they believe in their mind as opposed to what's actually going on. Side, Canelo gonna be bullied into a match with Bud. Or lured. Oh, okay, Canelo's going to be lured into a boxing match with Bud. Look, I don't think necessarily he's going to be lured into that. I think he's not gonna have a choice because of that reach, because of that footwork. So once he tries to force his way in and eat some nasty leather, I feel like it is gonna become more of a strategic, a chess match where they're both gonna have their moments, and ultimately Terrence Crawford is gonna outgun Canelo, and in those championship rounds, and I don't mean outgun him. I'm hitting you harder. I mean outgun him like I'm making you miss and I'm making you pay. I'm timing you. And you're gonna look. Did you guys see Terrence Crawford sparring with Shakur a few weeks ago? Shakur's been in that training camp. Trust me, that footwork. You're gonna see that step back. That's the one thing, yo. A guy like Crawford, who has that reach advantage on Canelo, he's gonna be able to boom as Canelo's trying to step in on him. Boom. You're gonna see that step back counter. You're gonna see a lot of that. That jab, bang, 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 bang. That jab is gonna be in Canelo's face piece. I was watching Canelo versus Dimitri Bivol just the other day, and I did it live with you guys. I called the fight, and what did we see? Bivol kept that jab out there, kept that. Canelo had to pay every time he got on the inside on Dimitri Bivol. He couldn't just walk in and boom, boom, boom. You watch that fight, because I'm gonna be real with you, my peoples. Most fans seen Canelo versus Bivol one time, and they just remember Canelo lost, but they don't really remember how he lost that fight. They know he got dominated, whatever. But I'm talking about what really took place inside the ring. Dimitri Bivol's jab was out there all night long. Bang, bang, bang. Canelo had to pay the price every time he closed the gap. I'm keeping you out there with these long ass arms, and when you close the gap, punches is raining upon thee. So guess what? Terrence Crawford is going to use a similar recipe. I'm not comparing Crawford to Bivol. Nobody has to tell me, Jay, what are you talking about? Dimitri Bivol is not the same as Terrence Crawford. Which, by the way, the notion that Dimitri Bivol beat Canelo because he's bigger, because he's a 175 pounder, that is cap. That is capnatic. Why? Did we see Bivol clinching excessively, putting his weight on Canelo, bullying him around? Nah. Did he ever hurt him at any time in the fight? Nah. Dimitri Bivol outboxed him. Bam, 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 bam. combination punching, overwhelming. And then when Canelo tried to be aggressive and had his moments, Bivol never stayed in front of him for more than a few seconds. On the move. Canelo never had Bivol for a moment where he could just bam, 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 really put hands on him. Why? Because Bivol would be like, bam, 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 bam. Bivol was not staying in front of you. That footwork, Canelo was just not able to get past it. The reach, the footwork, and the volume punch. Now you're gonna face a Terence Crawford who has longer arms than Dimitri Bivol. Come on now. Jay Will. Jay Smith. Majimov was landing that right hand single shot pretty consistently. Canelo is a one punch master. The problem is that Terence Crawford is not gonna fight Canelo Alvarez the way he fought Majimov. You're gonna find out. Errol Spence couldn't land that shot. Errol couldn't land it. Why? Because he didn't fight the same way. Styles make fights. Terence Crawford, look, I promise you, bringing up Dimitri Bivol is irrelevant when it comes to fighting Terence Crawford. Why? Because Bud is not going to fight Canelo the same way that he fought Bivol. He's not going to. It's a whole different fight. Jay Will, Jay Smith impressions. Michael, salute Jay Smith. What's the deal, Michael? Bow. Help is on the way. Super Bud is here. Yeah. Check it, my peoples. This fight is on Saturday, and I'm gonna give you the opportunity today. These last few days, we talking about Crawford and Canelo up until fight night. In case you didn't know, I'm calling that fight live, and on September 14th, I'm gonna be live, my people. If you predicted that Canelo Alvarez is gonna win this fight, I need you to be here on September 14th. I'm going to post about the September 14th episode of Boxing for Breakfast because it's gonna be a cooking show. I need you to be here. I need you to be here. People's is gonna be getting cooked. And when I say cooked, I'm talking about fried, fish filleted, microwaved, heated, all type of shit. Side, Canelo going to KO is good thing for Bud. Canelo going for the KO. It's a good thing for Bud. Jay Will, Jay Smith, you put on a short of you moving around. The footwork was sweet. Appreciate it, my brother. You know, just trying to stay on my toes and whatnot. Check this out, side. I think that Canelo is not going to be as aggressive as people expect him to be. Of course, he's a great fighter. He's going to do some of the things he does. But he will be more cautious than what we're used to seeing him. He's going to be more hesitant. So the notion that he's just gonna bam, 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 bam. Yo, trust me, when he hit that first counter, boom, he gonna start hesitating. It's not gonna be the same. Crawford's gonna. Here's the deal that which I don't understand. You see when people say, nah, because look, Canelo ate triple G shots. Crawford is gonna hit Canelo with shots he don't see coming. He not used to that. That's different. If you go like that, boom. The first time Errol got hit with one of those, he went down. Remember Crawford caught him with that counter uppercut? Boom! What happened with Errol? Collapsed. Right to the canvas. Layeth down. That's what happens when you get hit with a punch you don't see coming. And Terence Crawford has the ability to land that shot. I'm not telling you that he's going to knock Canelo out. I'm not even telling you that he's going to drop him. My prediction is that the fight is going to go 12 rounds. It's going to be competitive. Crawford is going to take over, though, in the championship rounds and walk out of there with the decision. And it's not going to be controversial. People are not going to say that he stole it or that it was gifted. He going to whoop that ass. Check that out. He going to whoop that ass. Two fly. But it's going to punch. By the way, Canelo punches. Side. The invisible counter. Bro, you saw Errol Spence ate that counter uppercut. He never saw it coming. Went down and was hurt. Got up, you could see he was hurt. From that point on, if you that's the thing, we just remember that Crawford put the beating right on Errol Spence. I've watched that fight multiple, like 5, 6 times already. If you watch that fight before Crawford dropped Errol, the fight was competitive. You didn't know it was. We didn't know it was gonna play out like that. It was gonna turn into a pummeling session. Errol Spence landed some big shots on Crawford too, and some nasty body shots. But once he got dropped, that's it. Everything went downhill. Everything went downhill from that point on. Errol Spence started to you know, be out of character. You saw his footwork was off balance. He was all over the place, and Crawford just picked him apart. Yo, listen, it hasn't been many times. I'm gonna be honest. This is the first time that I ever watch a fight, and I'm going for a guy to win. I'm saying Terrence Crawford's gonna win, and by the sixth round, bro, I was starting to feel sorry for Errol Spence. Y'all gonna tell me there's nobody chat. Y'all gonna tell me nobody up in here felt bad? Like, damn, B. Damn, my boy getting beat up bad right now. Come on, bro. I felt bad for Errol, my people. Side, Madrimov had good, good footwork to last the distance. Listen, that's the thing. People who understand boxing understand what Madrimov is. They understand what it takes to go all the way to winning a title. They understand that. People who don't understand it will tell you that he's a bum because they don't know shit about boxing. This guy, if you ever been involved with boxing at any capacity, you understand what it takes to be at where Madrimov was at, to put himself in that position. But if you don't know, here's a guy. Watch this. Just take this into consideration. Before Madrimov fought Terrence Crawford, the overwhelming majority of us never seen him. There's gonna be people who's gonna cap. Yeah, I know him already. Yeah, I was following him. Bullshit. Most of us didn't know Madrimov, my people. Let's keep it 100, right? So we met him when he fought Terrence Crawford. That's what we found out about him. And my point, what I'm trying to say to you, is that Madrimov was fighting in Europe and we didn't know him. There's not a lot of video on him, right? But we watched 12 rounds of Madrimov versus Terrence Crawford. We know he got that style, right? That back and forth, that herky jerky. We watched it. Virgil Ortiz now has the benefit of 12 rounds of video to study Madrimov. And he still went the distance with Virgil. Virgil couldn't stop him. And people say, yeah, but Virgil did better. Yo, look at the benefit that he had. He watched the guy for 12 rounds. Study tape on what you do. Terrence Crawford didn't have that. None of us had that. Look for a Madrimov fight. See how many you're gonna find out there, and what footage you got out there. So that's the point. Madrimov is a good fighter and a legit world champion. But if you don't like Terrence Crawford, you have to diminish him. All of a sudden, he a bum. And he a nobody. Superman, very bad for Arrow. Arrow took a nasty beating, bro. Vivian McKay, I got Crawford for the lead hand fighting and backpedaling for 12 rounds. Now, he's not going to backpedal. Ain't going to be no backpedaling. You're going to see lateral movement. You're going to see angles. You're going to see some step back counters. Boom! But ain't going to be a lot of backpedaling. Which, by the way, my peoples, welcome to another episode of Boxing for Breakfast. I'm giving y'all this healthy dosage of sweet science early in the morning. Check this out. This is my breakfast right now. Some avocado from that tree right there, some eggs, and bread. That's my breakfast. Apple juice. If you just woke up, you need to get dressed and get ready for work. If you're having your breakfast, yo, enjoy it. I'm about to enjoy mine. I already know. Too fly. But it's all wrong for Canelo. I've been knew this for years. But everyone is a fanboy. It's a fanboy Nello. Plus, they was build up Canelo in the best way to make money off. Let me tell you something, bro. When Bud beat Madrimov, I said he should move up and challenge Canelo. The video is up. You can see it. Yo, people rained on me about how I don't know shit about boxing because Terrence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez doesn't make no sense. And they would never want to watch a fight like that. And Canelo Alvarez would never give an opportunity to Terrence Crawford because Terrence Crawford don't deserve it. The same day they agreed to make that fight, they announced it. I went to the video to respond. Most of them people deleted their comments. And now they mixed into the crowd of people that are saying, yeah, we want this fight. It's a great fight, blah, blah, blah. Look, you know what's part of the storyline of this fight that I want you guys to understand? Think about Terrence Crawford's career and the narrative that has always followed him, that he hasn't beat nobody, that he hasn't done any pay-per-view numbers, that that he be a hurt Errol Spence, that he doesn't have legacy fights, that he hasn't done this, that he hasn't done that. It's always been a negative narrative following Terrence Crawford. Just haters after haters trying to diminish everything he does, diminish his opponents, diminish his accomplishments, try to assassinate his character by saying that he's a cheater, all type of shit. And this guy makes it all the way to the top, to the biggest fight in boxing. They're gonna make a movie about Terrence Crawford, y'all. They're gonna make a movie about this nigga. They're going to. The story's just crazy. Bro went from getting shot in the head after a game of dice to the biggest fight in boxing. And one of them, somehow, in the midst of all these accomplishments, the guy becomes one of the most hated fighters in boxing, too. What is going on? What? I don't get it, my people. The hate is crazy for one of the most accomplished fighters in the game. Crazy. People are out of order. Nerd. Charlo was undisputed. And y'all give Canelo no credit for whooping the. Y'all give Canelo no credit. I don't know who you're talking about. I give Canelo all the credit in the world for beating Charlo. So, you see, that's the problem, bro. You're not talking to y'all. I mean, if you're talking to somebody in the chat, you're not talking to me. I've given Canelo credit for all of his wins. What are you talking about? That's fanboy shit. Oh, he didn't beat this guy because of this. He didn't beat. Bullshit. Canelo has a great resume, bro. He's an all-time great. You don't have to tell me. You don't have to tell me nothing that Canelo's done, because I'm not a hater. I know how to tell you Canelo's an all-time great, pound for pound. Arguably the best Mexican fighter of all time. You don't have to tell me none of it, boy. I'm not a hater. Frank, come on in, brother. Salute. Bam. Side. Cholo duck buff for Canelo. Yeah, that part. That part. He also ducked Tim Zoo. Keep it original ministry. Same thing with Canelo. The hate is crazy. And he accomplished more. No, the hate is crazy for both. Listen, it's always been that way. If you look at Floyd, if you look at Oscar, go back all the way to Muhammad Ali. See how many people hated him. So the greatest fighters have always had the most haters. That's been the case. Side Bus stated he wanted Charlo after Spence, but Canelo stole his fight. So Bud wants to beat the guy who beat Charlo. I mean, I think an opportunity presented itself, and Crawford is taking it. Frank, what is Jamal doing? I'm not sure. I think that the Charlo brothers are back in training and looking to get back in the ring soon, if I'm not mistaken. Nerd, when did Charlo duck Bud? When Crawford beat Spence. Remember Crawford beat Spence? I'm gonna tell you why Charlo looked like he was trying to duck. If you remember, before Spence versus Crawford happened, Crawford and Charlo went at it on social media, and Crawford was like, "I'll beat your ass." He was like, "Nah, you gotta worry about Arrow in your division. Worry about Arrow. You ain't nobody up here." When Crawford beat Arrow, remember he climbed the rope, pointed at him, and was like, you," and trash talked him right after beating Arrow. And Charlo was looking sweet out there. And he never expressed any interest in fighting Crawford after that. So, no offer was made, nothing like that. But he didn't seem to have that same energy no more. I love Baklava. Who do you have winning? I got Crawford winning by unanimous decision. Gonna be a good fight. Like I said, two all-time greats, two pound-for-pound fighters. It's gonna be a great fight. But Crawford's gonna pull it off. Stacks Dinero, saludos desde Santiago. Stacks, saludos, bro. Appreciate you dropping in, my nigga. Frank, Bub versus Prime Duran. Who wins? Hey, come on, man. That's hypothetical stuff. We don't know who wins. That's just gonna be an opinion that we argue about. But if you want me to tell you, I tell you, Bud lumping them up. Crawford lumping them up. That remember what Iran Barkley did to Duran? Same thing, same deal. Superman, while he was beating EJ up, yo, I don't know if that's what you meant, but that makes sense to me. Crawford lumping Durant up while he beating EJ up. Falco gave me, hello, where's the original? I don't know what you're talking about, man. Nerd, Crawford and Spence had a rematch clause. Furthermore, Canelo versus Charlo was already signed. Y'all are silly. You capping. Why you capping? What did that rematch clause mean when they didn't fight? Nothing. Nothing. So that's cap. Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, they was never gonna have a rematch. The PBC used that strategy to freeze Crawford out for the second time. They done it before. They did it again. They was never gonna have a rematch. They froze them out for like a year, and then Errol said, "Oh yeah, I'm not gonna do it anymore. Forget it." Froze them out. Come on now. You could have told that man in the beginning, no rematch. Go fight somebody else. Wait until the contract almost expired to say, "Oh yeah, we're not gonna do a rematch. Forget it. We good." They know what was gonna happen. Signed. It got signed when Bud Mays, his intentions clear. That's why it's a duck. Junior G. I don't want to see Canelo Benavides. I'm a fan of both. Two Mex at the top. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I would like to see that fight. I would like to see it, but I gave Canelo a pass for that duck, and I'm gonna tell you why. Why did I give Canelo a pass for ducking Benavides? And I crucified him in the past too. Posted about him to you a duck Canelo. But over the years, I gave him. I started to become more lenient. Up until eventually, I just gave him a pass for that one. And I'm gonna tell you guys why I gave Canelo a pass. As I try to explain to you guys before, Canelo Alvarez is a small 168 pounder. He a small dude. People don't like to accept it, especially now that he's fighting Terrence Crawford, and they want to make him be a giant. I guess they want him to feel like a giant, but he's small. He's a small guy. So if you see Canelo Alvarez and David Benavides face to face, yo, this guy's head is like down to heel on Benavides. He little in front of Benavides. And I'm talking about he's getting pummeled from across the ring with them short ass arms. So I felt like Benavides would be the first guy to not just pummel Canelo, because remember, he got beat twice, but Floyd and Bivol schooled him. They put the schooling on him. David Benavides would batter him. And I think will probably be the first one to stop him. So I gave him a pass because I was like, yo, this guy's way too big. So you don't want to fight somebody because you're like, yo, this dude is way too big. Nah. I give him a pass. And I know that because people switch energies for different situations. I know that Benavides is a big dude who was clinging on to 168 to try to get in on that Canelo sweepstate. But he a big dude. Even at 175, look, he just moved up to 175, and you see that the other 175 pounders don't look bigger than him. He a big dude. So that's the reason why I gave Canelo a pass. I was like, you know what? This guy's big as hell, man. He gonna sleep you. Don't fight him. Fuck him. I used to be like, you duck. But goddamn, he gonna beat you up, man. Don't fight him. Don't get in there knowing that you're gonna get beat up. Junior G, hello from Sacramento, California. Whoa, Sacramento, California in the building. Yo, Junior G, salute my brother. Appreciate you dropping in. Terrence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez. Bro, that's going down right now. Right now on Saturday. How you feeling about that fight? Oh, this is boiled egg and avocado from my tree right there. The tree's right there, bro. Look. Let me show you. Watch this. Look, from that avocado tree, bro. So it's avocados from my own house, boiled eggs, not from my own house, from the store. Junior G, I should have said that first. What you eating, bro? That looks good. That avocado, man. Boiled egg, little apple juice. Yo, for those of you who having breakfast, enjoy your breakfast, my people. If you just woke up, get your ass dressed and get ready for work. We got to get this paper, right? We got to get this bread. I'm literally getting this bread right now. My peoples, welcome to another episode of Boxing for Breakfast. Y'all already know what it is, man. We talking boxing. Canelo Alvarez, Terrence Bud Crawford. You got the opportunity to change your mind. If you thought Canelo was gonna win, you could change your mind right now. This is the moment for you to change your mind or experience the pain and suffering that you're gonna go through with the disappointment of watching Terrence Crawford put the Dre, the Swiss, and the respective Apple beats on Canelo Alvarez. I'm trying to tell y'all what's going on. Junior G, I'm going, bro. Going to sleep. Been up all night stuck on YouTube. My brother, I'm just waking up. You going to sleep. Have a good one. Bam. See you later. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to stop. Black out the haters. Black out the hate. All the people that's talking that negative stuff. Somebody told me the other day that this fight isn't even a big deal like that. That fight's not even a big deal like that. Superman, I can't wait to get this bread. Literally, I'm hungry. I'm telling you, I don't be messing around. I'm about this bread. I'm trying to get this bread right now. Then after this bread, we got to get that other bread too. But I digress. If you want to change your mind, you can do it. You don't have to. Remember that pain that you felt every time Crawford landed a big shot on Arrow? Boom! It's almost like he hit you, right? He's gonna feel the same way on Saturday. If you don't understand what's coming, he's gonna feel the same way. You're gonna feel that beating. You're gonna feel them left hooks and right uppercuts like they was landing in your face. So go ahead, man. Make the switch. And just accept it now that Terrence Crawford's gonna put the beating on Canelo Alvarez. Superman. People haters think that Buzz Confidence is sleeping on Nello. They're crazy. They're gonna find out. The thing about Crawford is that he's been showing us his greatness. He's been showing it to us. It's not like we're just finding out. He's been showing it. People just don't want to accept it. Okay, you're gonna see it again. You're gonna see the greatness again. And Canelo's gonna get the third loss in his resume. And you know what's crazy? I still don't understand with Canelo fans. Why y'all be saying, nah, because his first loss, he was too young at 23. And Bebo, he was too big. Bebo got a total of 12 knockouts in his entire professional career. A whopping total of 12 knockouts. So what are we talking about? 175 is too big. When Bebo simply outboxed him. Superman, yes. It was painful to watch that, bro. Listen, I've never been in that situation where the guy I'm saying is gonna win is winning, and I feel bad for the other guy. I never been in that. I never seen a fight where I'm actually feeling bad. I was feeling bad for Arrow, bro. When it got to that point that he was taking those punches that was landing so flush and so hard that you could see his afro bouncing around, bro. Poof, 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 poof. I was like, oh man, that's it. This is a nasty beating going on out here. Gojo Tio, salute. And I think if Bug gets hit with a big hit and can take it, then it's over for Canelo. We're gonna see that. That's why I tell people when Canelo lands the first big shot, his first big shot, it could happen in the first, second, third round, whenever. But when he lands that first good one and Crawford stands right in front of him, that's when people's gonna start getting worried. Cause like, oh shit, I thought he was gonna get knocked out when he got hit with that one. He's right in front of him, and he's winning. He's winning the rounds. So Canelo catches him right. Watch this. Remember I told you this. Let's say Canelo catches him with a big shot, round number three. Boom, and they keep fighting, right? It's gonna take till like round number six for him to catch him with another one of those. Boom! They're gonna keep fighting. Now it's gonna take till like round number 10. So what I'm trying to explain to you, that big shot, he's gonna land it. He's gonna land it a few times. But it's not gonna be a punch that Crawford doesn't see coming. It's gonna be a punch that he sees coming and he takes it. That's it. Friday, Canelo by KO in the 11th. Shout out from Australia. Salute. Bam. Yeah, but that's 147, not 168. It doesn't matter where it's at. The right punch is sleeping anybody, anywhere. Believe it, brother. The right one doesn't matter. Look, you're focusing on the weight, right? 147, 168. But the weight is always, as always, references power and strength. Meanwhile, the two guys who made Canelo look easy, neither one of them had power. Neither one was strong or power punchers or big knockout guys. I got Crawford winning by unanimous decision, brother. It's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be a good competitive fight. But that height and reach advantage that everyone is dismissing, you're gonna see it in full display. My prediction is Canelo KO in the 11th. All I'm gonna say, brother, on September the 14th, Boxing for Breakfast is gonna be on and popping. I invite you to join because I would like to see you the day after the fight, my brother. That's all I can say about that. But look, this is how I literally have the fight playing out. As you know, the two guys who beat Canelo Alvarez both have height and reach advantage over him. Dimitri Bivol did a great job of using that long jab and keeping Canelo outside of that range. And every time Canelo closed the gap, he had to pay 8, 2, 3, 4 punches, trying to get on the inside to do what he does. I believe Terence Crawford is going to use a similar strategy to where he's not running. He's going to be using that jab, using those combinations, using that mid-range game, lateral movement angles. But he's going to be right there. And of course, step back. He's going to use that footwork. It's going to be a combination of things that you're going to see it all on display. I would tell you that the first few rounds, Canelo's going to struggle. And Crawford's going to win those rounds. You know why? Because it's Canelo who's going to have to find his range. He's going to have to get in there where he can reach. because Crawford got longer arms than Dimitri Bivol, bro. So it's Canelo who's gonna have to find that range, find his way on the inside, while Crawford is working to keep him out there. Bam, bam, at the end of his punch. Remember this: at the end of Crawford's punches, Canelo can't reach him. Your arms is too short to box, like Jay Z said. You got to go inside of that punching range, and he's gonna pay the price, just like he did versus Dimitri Bivol. But Canelo's a great fighter, and he's not just gonna go out there and get beat up. It's gonna be a competitive fight, but I think it's gonna take him at least 1 or 2 rounds to adjust to that range that Crawford is giving him. That whip-like jab, bah, bah. You're gonna see his head, bah, bah. Take a few of those snappy your neck back joints. That jab, bro. But once he adapts to it, it's gonna become competitive. They're gonna go back and forth. They're gonna win rounds. It's gonna be more of a chess match than people think. The whole notion that Canelo's just gonna boom, 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 and Crawford's just gonna and boom, boom, that's not gonna happen, my people. That is not gonna go down. Like it's gonna turn more into a chess match where they counter punching each other, they trading leather, moving, competitive, both winning rounds. But by the time they get to round number 10, guess what? Crawford already got the timing, the space, the speed, the distance, the stamina that people don't think he's going to have because of the weight. Those step backs, boom, boom, boom. He's going to be laying all type of hands. Canelo's going to taste every molecule, every vitamin and mineral in Terrence Crawford's leather. Boxing junkie. Grand Rising, my brother. Salute, my G. Bam, you already know what it is. Friday, those shots he took from Madrimov is that Canelo is lights out. That's the problem that you're bringing up an old fight. But Canelo, if he fights the way that he fought in his very last fight versus William Score, where he couldn't cut the fight to say, cut the ring to save his life, he's gonna get outboxed and made to look like a McDonald's delivery driver, bro. That's gonna be the footwork that he's bringing to this fight where he can't cut the ring. Damn, come on now. And then you bringing up a fight where Crawford won and Canelo got his ass whooped twice. What does that tell you right there? When you have to focus on a fight that Crawford won, and we're looking at 2 fights where Canelo lost, that right there tells you everything, man. Boxing junkie. His profession is that he's a boxing junkie. Ugh. Bro, Score is massive. There goes the weak narrative. Score is massive. Did Score hurt Canelo? Did Score do anything to Canelo? A massive guy that circles around Canelo. That should be embarrassing, bro. Come on now. We're not talking about size. Look, you see, you bring up size at the wrong time. Did Score do anything to impose his size on Canelo? No. This dude danced around Canelo like nothing. You got a big ass dude dancing around you. You can't even cut the ring to save your life. If Crawford wanna dance around him, man, he gonna make it look mad easy. Crawford can make it look mad easy. Make him look like a piece of delivery driver by dancing circles. But it's gonna be a boring fight if he do that. He don't want to make it a boring fight. He want to make it exciting for the fans because this is his moment on the biggest stage, and he about to become now a bigger superstar. But come on now, Canelo showed you he can't cut the ring to save his life. The fight was boring as hell when Williams scored. Why? It take two to tangle, but it take one to win. And Canelo was boring. And he was getting hands put on him. Just do boxing, keep cooking. Come on, bro. You know how we do. Chef Jay's in the building, in session. Friday, because I can't wait to be your chat after the fight. Bro, I hope you don't duck. I hope you don't duck. So I'm calling the fight, so I'm gonna be live during the fight. But the next day at 7 in the morning, I'm gonna start that episode of Boxing for Breakfast a little bit later, cause I know people are gonna go to sleep in pain, hurt, and they might need a couple more hours of rest, cause they know they're gonna come here to get cooked. They know. Come on now. Boxing junkie. So are you thinking about the rumors about the butt hiding an injury? That's it. That's exactly what it is. It's rumors. It's always a fake narrative on Crawford. He came out himself and said that's cap. Already heard it from the horse's mouth. Always a fake narrative. Created by the haters, by the sources that nobody knows about. Vic, I thought Plant and Saunders would dance around them, but they chose the bag. Victor J. Smith, when Buck Crawford loses, what will come of the channel? And no, a lot is riding on this fight for you. I know a lot is riding on this fight for you. Um, Honestly, there's nothing riding on this fight for me. I don't know. I don't know why do you feel that there's a lot of look, man. The only people that there's a lot riding for is Terrence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, and the people that's involved in that fight. I'm not making any money off of this. I love this fight, and what's really gonna happen is that I'm gonna get to enjoy history. Everybody knows that I'm not a goddamn sidekick, bro. There is nobody in boxing history that has ever accurately predicted every single fight. So, trust me, nobody's career went downhill when they predicted that Errol Spence was gonna knock Crawford out, right? You didn't see nothing happen. Everything just kept going the same, bro. Friday, shout out from the land down under. Salute, my brother. I want to visit Australia one day, man. I want to see kangaroo. I don't know if Australians are tired of seeing kangaroos, but I want to see them in person. I want to be like, yo, look at this kangaroo right here. God damn. Just do boxing, sleeping in pain, bro. Trust me. Some of y'all gonna need melatonin because you're not even gonna be able to fall asleep. You're gonna need melatonin to go to sleep because you're gonna be laying in bed like this. You're gonna be in bed thinking about all them punches. So, right, my peoples, I'm trying to tell y'all what's going on. Boxing junkie, yeah, but he didn't sound too convincing with him saying it. So that's what a lot of people are saying. They also saying he chasing the bag and will reveal it under the fight. I mean, he's gonna reveal when it happens that he is that guy. He is him. every every if you notice boxing junkie, everything about Crawford that is negative, it's always an assumption and a rumor. Oh, that they're saying this. Oh well, they think it's that. Oh well, this rumor. But nah, yo, I say let's go with what we see. We watching greatness, and we're gonna continue to see greatness. That's it. But look, don't believe. I'm gonna say this to everybody. Don't believe the rumors. Don't believe the cap. Don't believe the narrative builders. Believe your own eyes, my people. You heard? Just believe your own eyes. Hard work and dedication, you can't beat that with rumors. You can't beat hard work and dedication by trying to diminish somebody. They still gonna accomplish. No matter how much you down talk them, no matter how much you say they can or they won't, hard work and dedication beat all of that, my people. And that's what you're seeing right there. That's what you see right there, my people. Ernest Morales, the haters accuse Bud of running because they have nothing to say. It's almost like you need to find a negative angle. You need to find something negative that you can say because, well, what can you say? Guy's an undefeated champion who's done nothing but win titles, unified, undisputed, multiple divisions. I mean, come on, bro. So you gotta say he's gonna run, he's gonna run, or he's not gonna handle it. He's not gonna. I need to understand how can I see a fighter with 41 professional fights who's never visited the canvas in his career looking like this and say that he can't take a punch. Nah, yo, he can't take a punch. He can't take it. Yeah, because Canelo's such a giant. Those motherfuckers look the same size. He can't take a punch. This dude is looking like a young bull, literally, my peoples. Like, I'm not saying it as a figure of speech. He literally looked like a young bull, but he can't take a punch. Hey, he moved up, and he's not gonna be able to take it. You wanna assume the worst. Since you want him to get knocked out, you wanna assume that he cannot take a punch. There is nothing about his career that says he can't take a punch. Everything we've seen about the guy says he could take a shot. But inside your head, you dying to see him get knocked out, so you decided that he can't take a punch. And that he's gonna get hit and go down, even though you never seen him go down. Boxing junkie, I'll tag you so you can see it. No, no, I seen the video where he said that he got no injury. If people want to say he didn't sound confident or he didn't sound, again, that's people wanting to read into. Look, if you saying translating what he says, he don't sound confident, that means you already wanted to believe there was an injury. So even he can't convince you otherwise. That's it. You already ate up that narrative. You know you ate up a narrative when you're believing a source that you don't even know who it is, that somebody could just make up out of thin air. A source said you prefer to believe that over Terrence Crawford telling you to your face. Nah, yo, I ain't got no shoulder injury. Nah, a source. Yo, not I come to realize that 99% of the time a source said be bullshit. I'm shit somebody made up out of thin air so they could go viral. The hydro grind. He's not going to run, and that's the problem. He's not going to run. He's going to move. He's going to give angles. He's going to use that height, that reach advantage. He's going to put hands on Canelo the same way Dimitri Bivol did. Victor J, the picture I saw of Bud looked chunky in the midsection. Come on, man. That's what Bud Crawford haters do. All you have, forget about the picture. Look at the video. Look at the video where he's like, "Oh, this ain't Photoshop, baby." Look at the video, bro. That's what the haters do. Boxing junkie. Victor, that's an old picture from June. Debunked. The Hydra Brian J. Smith. Look at Crawford. Where with Tapurias a few days ago. Crawford looked fat. Say that picture. You're showing us Photoshop. Come on. Crawford posted a video literally yesterday. This guy's ripped. Ripped. Ripped, bro. Victor J. Bo was wearing a hoodie yesterday. Almost like, look, almost like. There goes the fake narrative and the fake conspiracies that you make up out of thin air because you don't like them. Come on now. Scroll up. Read my last comment. Boxing junkie. Victor, that was an old picture from June. Been debunked. Oh, no, it's probably not that one. Yeah, it was that one. It was that one. JJ said, now, good morning, J. Smith. I'm here. Let's go. Almost 5 a.m. California time. California's in the building. JJ, salute, my brother. You already know what it is. Boxing for breakfast, where you get your healthy dosage of sweet science early in the morning. We debunking the Terrence Crawford fake narratives. Live. Live, my people. Come on now. Victor J. Who is doing the debunking? Boxing junkie. The ill will. Crawford has good footwork. If he controls the distance with the jab, he will win a lot of the rounds with a stick and move. It will be a long fight for Canelo. It's gonna be. That's exactly what it's gonna be. That is exactly what it's gonna be. Boxing junkie. The last time a fighter said he wasn't injured, he was. We can make assumptions, but that's all it's gonna be. Side. This a video about debunking it. Literally, Crawford is out of his own mouth saying it. That's how you know when there's people floating a narrative. The guy could tell you himself it's false, and somehow people still want to run with it. That's crazy. The ill will. But if he fights in the pocket, it's gonna be a good battle. I think that Crawford is going to fight in the pocket at times. He's going to be, not I think, I'm telling you, he's going to be very strategic with it. He's going to fight in the pocket. He's going to stick and move. At times, he's going to use that footwork and keep that jab out there. So it's going to be a mixture of different things that you're gonna see Crawford doing to win this fight. Side, they clutching straws. They scared to death. Scared to death, my people. JJ, it's going to be a good fight. Can't wait. Victor J, I didn't see the video. Okay. Fight Hype. Check out Fight Hype. They posted it. Boxing Junkie. No, not that one. Go up one more comment. Hold on. Victor J. Hold on. Hold on, my baby. Boxing Junkie, yeah. But he didn't sound too convincing with him saying it. So that's what a lot of people are saying. They're also saying he chasing the bag and will reveal it. I read that comment, my brother. Yeah, I read that comment. So listen, my peoples, the shoulder injury, that's it. We already found out that was cap. We heard it from the horse's mouth. Terrence Crawford himself said, yo, that's cap. So the unnamed sources, I'll be the one to tell you right now, man. 9 times out of 10 when you hear an unnamed source said, that shit is cap. That shit is cap, 100%. Lou City 2, Swiss Beats, what up? What's the deal, my G? And guess what? Terrence Crawford is gonna put the Dre, the Apple, and the Swiss Beats on Canelo Alvarez since you bringing up Swiss Beats. And listen, that happens all the time. When I used to have cornrows, they used to tell me I look like Swiss Beats. Then I lost my hair and I don't got that much hair. Now they still tell me I look like Swiss Beats. I couldn't get away from it, bro. I couldn't get away from it. Go get the money. Yes, sir. Sorry. A cab driver is still a cab driver. That's a fact. The ill will. JJ said that 24 likes. Let's go, my peoples. Because some of y'all been ducking that like button the same way Tank Davis been ducking Lamar Roach. Ain't no different. Makai Wheeler, oh shit, I see it now. I've been trying to get away from Swiss Beats, man, but I haven't been able to do it. I need to get an endorsement deal. Be like, yo, Swiss Beats, fuck it. Since they won't stop doing it, you might as well send me some type of beats. Boxing on paper. If Crawford wins, who you want to see him fight next? If Canelo wins, who you want to see him fight next? Look, if Crawford wins, I'd like to see him go to 154 and beat a hungry young lion next after that. I don't know if that's possible. He said he was going to do that. I think jumping down 2 weight classes would be tough. So I don't know. But I'd like to see him go down and challenge a young, hungry lion. That's what I like to see him do. If Canelo wins, then Hamza Shiraz. I like that fight. Give Hamza Shiraz a shot. But this is hypothetical, right? Because at the end of the day, there's a rematch clause in place. Turkey already let the cat out the bag, which means, regardless of who wins, we're probably gonna get Canelo versus Bud too. I think the only way we don't get that rematch is if somebody get battered. If it's a pummeling session and somebody just get brutalized, then we're not gonna get a rematch. But I don't think Crawford is gonna pummel Canelo like that. Boxing junkie, Deantre, boxing junkie. But are you really like hiding your comments on me and shit? Boxing on paper. Hamza is a great shout. Listen, Hamza Shiraz right now he's the king of New York because of Edgar Berlanga. So I think he deserves a shot at Canelo Alvarez. And I like him. I like his style, the way he fights. Fun to watch. Give him a shot. If he wins, but guess what? I'm just answering because you're asking. Canelo's not gonna win, and Hamza Shiraz is not gonna want to. You know what? Hamza Shiraz might still want that fight after Canelo lose. It's still gonna be a bag. Side. He won his belt against Korbanov, another undefeated fighter who is better than Lima. Boxing junkie. Do anybody see a draw? Nah, I don't see a draw. Crawford gonna beat his ass. Side Victor J, exactly. You don't know boxing. You just love boots. The Bum Slayer. Oh, come on, man. I'm gonna tell you like this: when it comes to Boost versus Virgil, that's a fight I wanted to see. And like anybody else, I was disappointed when Boost turned it down. But I can tell you guys, I'm okay with them two tune-ups because maybe we could get both of them in the ring for a title next year, and I would like to see that. I don't want to see these two guys who are potential superstars, and we're talking about they're gonna fight a title eliminator. They're gonna fight Boost versus Virgil, a 10 rounder. Nah, I want to see a title on the line, but Javon Boost Ennis versus Virgil Ortiz is gonna be a super fight. It's gonna be a major fight, my people. Now to you, all 40 son of you, and then the 20 of you or something who duck that like button like Tank Davis is ducking Lamar Roach, I'm gonna tell you right now, you could change your mind. You could change your mind about Canelo and acknowledge that Terrence Crawford's gonna whoop him and it's gonna be less painful for you to witness the fight. It's not gonna hurt you as much when you watch the ass whooping that Crawford is gonna dish. Boxing Junkie, for the third missing suspicious, posted a wiki that predicted Canelo stops T-Bud. I'll tag you. That prediction don't mean nothing to me. I know if he predicted that, that just means he don't know shit compared to me. Tag him in my prediction because he the one that needs to learn. He the one that needs to be tagged in my shit. So he could go back and be like, damn, this dude tried to tell us, man. This dude tried to tell us. Brian Romero, how do you feel about Boots contacting Canelo for sparring? Canelo didn't contact him. That was a little weird for me, honestly. Um, so look, I don't know how this played out, right? Honestly, I don't know. So did Boots really contact them? I don't know because people always making stuff up out of thin air. What I do know is that we can't argue that boxing is a business sometimes and then it's not a business other times. It's a business. So whether or not he reached out to Canelo's team, I know he got paid nice, got flown out to that camp, everything taken care of. Hold on one second, my people. Está bien. My peoples, welcome to Boxing for Breakfast, where you get your healthy dosage of sweet science early in the morning. Appreciate everybody tuning in. My bad for the quick pause. Y'all know this is live and whatnot. Delvis Damon. I think Crawford is going to have to drown him in the late rounds. And I see a very competitive fight, but I feel like Terrence Crawford's height and reach advantages are going to be more significant, have more of an impact than what people think. You know, longer reach than Dimitri Bivol, great footwork, great movement. We've seen him sparring with Shakur Stevenson. We're going to see a Terrence Crawford that's in the best shape of his life. And you know, people are scared because they keep building narrative after narrative around him. Now it's the shoulder thing. Oh, he's hurt. He's hurt. The guy himself is telling us he's not hurt, and people still want to push it, want to float that narrative out there. That's what happens when you're great. When people perceive the greatness, they prefer to find an angle to try to say that you're not great than to just sit there and say, damn, this guy proved me wrong, man. He's great. He is great. It's hard to make people do that. Most people don't want to. And I've seen people. And I know people who predicted, that Crawford was gonna get pummeled by Errol Spence. And they didn't go into excuse mode. They didn't go into explanation mode. They just say, yo, Jay, you was right, man. This guy's a great fighter. That's it. You got it, Jay. But then those who still refuse to accept it is the same people with the narratives. It's the same people talking about snack. The same people talking about Vita Conti. The same people that heard the rumors about the shoulder and it makes sense. And it's always gonna be the same crowd of people building the same fake narratives. Boxing junkie. No, what I'm saying is that Google AI is already saying Google AI don't know shit about boxing, bro. They literally don't know shit about boxing. Don't ask AI shit because what AI does is compile a bunch of information and the most popular opinion, that's the one that is gonna render for you. So forget about Google AI, bro. I work with AI every day. That shit is gonna make a lot of mistakes. It definitely can make predictions. I'm gonna beat that shit. I'm gonna show you. Victor J. Cyberbell False, Madrimov, and the guy he beat are mid. You overrating them. I mean, you calling a guy who made it to world champion status mid. That's what shows you that you just don't know shit about boxing. You're a good fan of the sport, but you don't know shit about boxing, bro. That's what you have. You know when you have that confidence that you think you know something, but you don't know shit about it. That's what Floyd Mayweather uncle's talking about. People that think they know, but they don't. If you get into boxing, you'll find out that the bumps of the bumps of the bumps will pummel you. And then you'll be able to realize, oh shit, he went all the way to being a world champion. Maybe he's not mid like I be saying on social media. Sorry about Victor J delusion. Yeah, he delusional, man. He talking like a delusional fanboy right now. JJ's in there. I just want to see a good fight. Not talking crap either way. Fireworks. Rock'em sock'em robots. I'm gonna tell you like this, JJ. September 13th is going to feel like July 4th because we're gonna get fireworks. The ill will. Christian and Billy versus Fernando Martinez is gonna be a banger. Two undefeated fighters with good knockout percentage. I'm rocking with Billy. I know it's gonna be competitive. I know Fernando Martinez, man. He let him fly. He got that power. This is one of those fights where they might just be trading leather, and whoever eat the first big shot might go. It could be like that. And Billy can bang, and Martinez can bang. So I don't know. Honestly, I don't see that fight going the distance. I don't see that fight going the distance. I got Billy winning by knockout. Round number 10. Round number 10, and Bailey is gonna sleep him. Underrated Will, Canelo and 4. That's cap. You capping underrated Will. Side, facts J Smith. Side, don't know a damn thing. That's what I'm saying, man. People are so fanboy-ish that they start formulating crazy opinions, and then you just don't realize that you don't know shit about boxing. Your favorite Victor J. You see how you talking about getting a vacant title doesn't excite me? Well, getting a vacant title excited you when Tank Davis got it at 135. Getting a vacant title excited you when that's the one that Mario Barrios had at 140 when Tank Davis beat him. That seemed like it excited you. Oh, now when it's the guy that's not a big star, it don't excite you. Did they excite you when it was Tank Davis that got them vacant titles? You call Tank Davis a three division champion? That's a vacant title that he scooped up in the 135 division. Never fought a reigning champion in the 135 division. Oh, but that vacant title get you excited? Stop the cap, Vic. I'm showing you that you don't know shit about boxing. You emotional. Side. And fighting an unranked guy with two losses does. That boosts fanboy for ya. Yo, I'm telling you, the cap is crazy. Go get the money. You will find out the hard way walking into the boxing gym thinking shit is sweet. Yo, Victor J walk into a gym, he getting knocked out. You look, I'm gonna tell you guys a funny story. And this has happened in a bunch of gyms. A guy like Victor J who talk just like Victor J get invited to the gym. Like, yo, come to the gym. They convince him, yo, come to the gym. Victor J goes to the gym, and you know what they do to guys like Victor J? In a bunch of gyms, they do it. They'll tell him, yo, you want to spar? And he's in a boxing gym, so he's nervous. And they get him like a 12-year-old kid or a 13-year-old kid. You know, these kids that already competed in the nationals, that's already been all over the country competing, been sparring with a grown man. Then a guy like Victor J, see that 12, 13-year-old kid, yeah, I spar him. I spar him, yeah. And Victor J, a 13-year-old kid will beat the shit out of you, bro. And you never talk like that about fighters who made it all the way to be world champ. You never do it again in your life, bro. Never. A little kid, scrawny, pop, 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 beat the shit out of you. And then you're gonna ask yourself, damn, is Madrimov really mids after getting all the way up there? So no, my peoples, that's a wrong point of view that you think if a guy's not a big star, if a guy's not big, only the famous guys are really the elite. No, listen, right now there is some guy in Australia, there's some guy in Africa, there's some guy somewhere in Europe, there's some guy in South America right this very moment that none of us has ever seen who's an elite level fighter and will put hands on almost anybody that we know. And we don't even know who that is. We never seen them. They out there. They out and about. Did you not see what Bakram Mortasaliev did to Tim Tszyu? Who's gonna try to cap and say, yeah, I've been following Bakram. I've been watching Europe TV boxing. Who gonna try to tell me that? We didn't know him. Tim Tszyu was supposed to knock him out. I'm like, yeah, Tim Tszyu gonna knock this guy out. And look what he turned out to be. So that's what people, when you're a fanboy, you don't understand that. That there's elite level fighters all over the world that we don't know, that they not famous until they get that opportunity. Boom, oh shit, who's this guy? Where he come from? Just came out of nowhere. So don't get it twisted. Just because Victor J, you don't know a guy, just because you don't think that it's significant, that doesn't mean shit. Cause you don't know shit about boxing, bro. The people in boxing are trying to tell you. Look for Tim Bradley. Look for all the people who are analysts who you respect on TV and see what they have to say about Madrimov. And they'll tell you this is an elite level guy. This guy can fight. This guy got movement. This guy got a skill set that's gonna give anybody problems. And you sitting here talking about his mids. Don't you know that Virgil Ortiz, guys that are mids, he knock them out in 3, 4 rounds? A mids guy went the distance with Virgil Ortiz. See how much sense that makes. How much sense does that really make? What you got for me? Ooh, are you drawing that? That looks nice. Ooh. My peoples, once again, welcome to another episode of Boxing for Breakfast, where you get your healthy dosage of sweet science early in the morning. Terrence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez. Yo, that's going down soon, man. It's just a few days. I'm ready for this action. I'm ready for this smoke. All these haters looking to build fake narratives, looking to hate on Crawford. That's all gonna be put to rest. Terrence Crawford is gonna put the nail in the coffin of his haters. He shut them up when he did what he did to Errol Spence. He's gonna shut them up again. When do you decide, yeah, this guy's great? He's greatness. John Parham, salute my brother. Bam. JJ's in the house. I watched 10,000 hours of boxing. Now I'm an expert. That's Victor J right there. That's Victor J right there. Somebody told me, nah, I don't just watch boxing. I be watching the whole fights in slow motion. So I know better than you what's going on. What a whack job. John Parham, numbers up. Oh man, John, luckily for us, the shadow banning is over. I don't know why it happened, but was definitely shadow banned for 7 days. And as of Monday, that's it. We in the building, bro. That's it. We back in the building. So I'm not gonna be shadow banned. That had me concerned. I was like, damn, if I'm shadow banned on September 14th, people gonna be able to duck this smoke and be like, nah, I couldn't find the channel. I didn't get a notification. We back, John. We in the building. By the way, John, I'm cooking up something big, something marvelous, something serious, something special, bro. So stay tuned, my peoples. Y'all boy Jay Smith, we're gonna do something, man, that y'all gonna be like, I can't believe that shit. This is gonna be crazy. I'm telling y'all. JJ said that has Jay Smith. Don't get nobody mad. They might shadow ban you again. Damn word, man. That's it. I think it could have been because last week I made a comment and a lot of people got mad. I don't know if that could have been linked to it. Oh, good job. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Whatever it is, I'm not trying to get shadow banned no more. We're gonna be on the straight and narrow. Um, my peoples, I want to give a shout out to everybody who tuned in this morning. I appreciate you guys. And like I said, man, boxing for breakfast would never be what it is if it wasn't for you guys. That's the reason when I see people who don't know shit about boxing, I block them, put them on timeout because it's your comments. You, the guys that are, staying in touch, understanding what's going on in boxing, what's happening, who's fighting, who's not, who's gonna win, your opinions. That's what make this what it is. Boxing for breakfast, my peoples. Salute and a shout out to the Ill Will, the Hydro Grind, John Parham, JJ's in their house, Superman, everybody else who tuned in, man. I really appreciate y'all. Once again, tomorrow at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time, we're going to be lit. We're going to be talking boxing. This whole week, up until Saturday, Canelo Alvarez and Terrence Buck Crawford own Box Center. It's all about them in the morning. We're going to be talking about all the other fights. We've been talking about all the other fights, but this is what it is. This is what it is, my peoples. So salute to everybody. The Hydro Grind, one love. Mi hermanito dominicano. Usted sabe que lo que usted sabe que usted es mío. I'm out of here, my peoples. Y'all already know what it is. Bam. Yo, I try to hit the button to just disappear out of your face, and I miss. Goofy ass shit. I really went like that. Bam. Boop. And miss the X. Goofy ass shit. Take two, my people. This time, I'm really out of here. Peace. Bam.